All right, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to The King's Speech. So just finished recording all the Shonen Jump stuff I was behind on because I've been sick for the last little while, as well as one Yona Of The Dawn volume read-through. So we're going to get to the second one here in just a little bit. Before that, as always, I want to remind you, if you like my content, please do consider like, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. Because I'm trying to grow my channel this year, and liking, commenting, subscribing, pushing all those little buttons really helps YouTube's algorithm learn that my videos are worth promoting. So if you've ever enjoyed my content at all and would like to help me out, that would be greatly appreciated. So like I mentioned a couple of my other videos, I'm sorry I've been MIA, but I've been sick the last little while, and I finally felt well enough today to finally get back to doing videos. So by next week, hopefully I'll be back to my regularly scheduled programming, as it were. So look forward to that, because there's going to be some good content coming out in February with some old series I need to catch up on and some other ones that have been put on hold, as well as a return to Alita. So yeah, a lot of good stuff coming. But without further ado, let us get into it with Yona Of The Dawn, Volume 28, with story and art by Mizuho Kusanagi. As we pick up with Chapter 158, Rumors. And Yona's like, "You're absolutely sure it's alright for us to use this, Taejun?" And you have Taejun's villa in the city of Saika. It's like, "Of course, you offered so much help to my tribe's troops. It's like, sleeping outdoors is bad for your health. Anytime you need, say the word and I'll arrange a place for you to stay." And Yun's like, "We appreciate this, but doesn't it put us awfully close to General Kyoga? He's probably still suspicious of us." And Taejun's like, "Knowing my brother, I doubt he's fully on board with this. I'll try once more to convince him not to do anything to any of you. In the meantime, please rest here." And Yona's like, "Thank you." And he's like, "Oh, princess, I'd do anything at all for..." And you see both Jaeha and Hawk just going in for a double hug with a, "Thank you, we're so grateful." And he's like, "Get off me, you muscle-bound lunks." It's like, "You're smothering me." And you see, upon arriving in a bedroom, you see Gija and Xena just like hugging the bedding, being like, "Wow, such soft bedding, it's like so nice." He's like, "Wait a minute." It's like, "Aw, come on." It's like, "Just Her Highness?" It's like, "This room is intended for Princess Yona. Yours is next door." It's like, "Don't make a fuss about it." And Xena's like, "You don't mind if we stay with you, right, young lady?" It's like, "Nope." It's like, "I won't allow it. Princess Yona shouldn't sleep in the presence of men." And Huck's like, "It's no big deal. There's no problem with that, is there, Your Highness?" And she's like, "Nope, it's what I always do." And Taejun's like, "That reminds me. Huck, I've been wanting to ask you this for some time. About 3 years back, you told me that you and Her Highness had vowed to spend your lives together. That was a lie, wasn't it?" He's like, "What makes you say that?" It's like, "I've never heard anyone else even hint that it might be the case. I looked into it and found that Princess Yona was never engaged to anyone." And he's like, "Whoops, you caught me. It was a lie." He's like, "You! How dare you lie so baldly?" And he's like, "I wasn't lying about loving her." And you see just awkward silence. As Agent's like, It's like, you said that so casually that I zoned out for a moment. But it's unsurprising that you feel that way. What matters is how she feels." And you see Yona's just turned beet red. And he just screams out, "Regardless, separate rooms, that's final." And Hook Chee's like, "You stopped mid-thought. Shall I ask Princess Yona how she feels?" And he's like, "Don't! My heart can't take it! I feel like I might die!" Like self-preservation instinct kicking in. And Jaeha's like, "It should be fine if we're next door. Get some rest, Yona." And she's like, "Okay." And then she's like, "Da-dum, da-dum." So settle down, heart. And you hear a huzzah and a boom, 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 boom. I was like, "What's all that noise?" And you see Ogi's outside her door going, "People are out celebrating the Fire Tribe's defeat of the Kai Empire army." She's like, "Ogi!" It's like, "They're saying the red-haired Princess Yona and the 4 legendary dragons took our side and led us to victory. We truly are under the divine protection of the Crimson Dragon King. I'd say that's what they're really celebrating." It's like, "I thought everyone believed that Huck assassinated my father and abducted me. But now they're treating us like the second coming of the Crimson Dragon King and the 4 dragon warriors. Do they really believe that? It's also surprising." And he goes, "It's because of how the different tribes see the royal family. There's no tribe where everyone believes exactly the same thing, of course. But generally speaking, thanks to the late General Sujin, The fire tribe believes that they're the true claimants to the throne. They look down on the other tribes. General Kyoga's mellower about that after being educated by Suon, though. Given that they don't really care all that much about who in the Sky Tribe becomes king or whether you go missing. You see, the more unified a tribe is, the more its chief's personality and way of thinking reflect the tribe overall. See, the fire tribe is Kyoga going, sorry about my father. So that throne rightfully belongs to me, and I burn with ambition someday I'll reclaim the throne for my tribe. But since the death of my father Sujin, I'm discouraged and my people are humiliated. The Wind Tribe is, I'll act to protect the Wind Tribe. And I mean, he is the king. Even if he's a bother, I'll do what I have to do. The Water Tribe is, they helped us out with our Nadai problem. Look at the bigger picture here. We'll obey them for now. We're indebted to them after all. The Earth Tribe is, I'm content to serve a strong, honorable king. But if he fails to meet those standards, I'll take the throne for myself. You see outside that there are people who are drinking and dancing and carousing. So yeah, but when it comes to the Crimson Dragon and the 4 dragons, things are different. What's more, they've now seen the power of the 4 dragon warriors with their own eyes. And since you bought the dragons here, you're now a much bigger deal to these people than you used to be. And she's like, I wonder if the Sky Tribe's okay with how things have gone since Suon became king. It's like, not everyone in the Sky Tribe feels the same way, but they do generally think he's doing a better job than King Il at least. It's like, sorry. See, it's fine. Even back then when I lived in the palace, I had the sense that my father wasn't well liked. People wondered why he'd become king instead of Yu Han, the hero who'd led them to victory in battle. Now that I think about it, I have the feeling that Judo didn't like my father much either. He stopped talking to me after Huck became my bodyguard. But when we were in Shing, I learned how intensely Uncle Yu Han was hated by so many people. I found out he'd done things that were unnecessarily, excessively cruel. And Ogi's like, could you answer some questions for me? I want to know more about the Dragon Warriors. And you hear a loud bam, 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 as Yona's like, the drums are getting louder. And you hear an eek! And Your Highness! And you see a bunch of the revelers outside grabbing Yona through the window with the... trying to grab Yona out the window. Like, you're her, aren't you, Princess Yona? And she's like, let go. I was like, wow, so that's her. She really has red hair. And Yona's like, let go of me. And Gija's like, you dare? As he tries to, like, grab out with his dragon arm. And they're like, ooh. As he grabs one of the revelers with his arm with an, ah! He's like, that's the legendary white dragon. Oh my god. And you see them just kind of, like, fawning over his arms. They're just, like, rubbing it and grabbing it. He's like, amazing. The arm isn't a prop. So let me see. And you see Gita's kind of uncomfortable. He's like, stop touching me. And you see Jaehan, the others flashing back to when the Shing Empire tried to like rope them and grab them. And he's like, Gija! And he grabs his arm back and slams the door. He's like, are you hurt? And you see Hux also grabbed Yona and brought her back in. He's like, are you hurt? He's like, I'm fine, just startled. He's like, what? What was all that? Were they drunk? It's like fairly unruly drunks, weren't they? And Zeno's like, we shouldn't stay here long. It's like, they went back inside. It's like, I wonder if they're angry. You hear someone asking, pardon me, but what's all this fuss? It's like, oh, the legendary 4 dragons are in this mansion. It's like, they're so beautiful. It's fucking priest bro whose name I cannot be bothered to remember. And he's like, oh, really? How very interesting. You have a Kuto Palace town with Ri going, what? Ogi's not here? It's like, nope, he's been off gathering information for the past few days. He seemed so depressed before. I guess he must be okay now. So I'll pass on your message. He's like, okay, thank you. So that's no fun. Ogi's the only person I can talk to. And Tetra's like, oh, what about His Majesty? You two were having a lovely chat just the other day. Excuse me. She's like, there's no point spying on us. Nothing's going to happen. His Majesty's surrounded by bodyguards, but Ira and Tetra have them surrounded. He's like, I want to see Yona. Tetra's like, Lady Riri, look. And you see Kashyap being walking through the streets, followed by a bunch of guards. And she's like, that's Lord Kashyap, isn't it? Why is he leading troops? Is there a battle somewhere? And Riri's like, I heard that an urgent message arrived from the Fire Tribe. He'd have more soldiers if they were actually going to battle. Probably just going to go help secure the border. And you see an as the little girl just like drops her ball and starts rolling into the middle of the procession. It's like, wait, stop! And his horse is just clopping towards her, like, look out! And Ryu's like, Ira, Tetra! And you see Tetra running in to grab the child as Ira blocks Keishuk's horse. And it's like, whew. Ira's like, whew, good job, ladies. It's like, here. It's like, thank you. It's like, thank you so much. And Ryu's just watching Keishuk, who seems completely preoccupied and doesn't seem to have even noticed he almost ran over a small child. And she's like, wait a moment, Advisor Keishuk. And he just ignores her and just keeps riding on. She's like, he's ignoring me? It's like, what's wrong with him? He clearly saw that child in his path. He didn't even tug the reins. It's like, I don't know whether he was careless or just trying to look composed, but what a stupid way to damage his own reputation. It's like, seeing that attitude makes you think all those rumors could be true, doesn't it? And Riri's like, rumors? It's like, you know how everyone said that General Huck killed King Il and abducted Princess Yona? It's like, it's like, yes? It's like, well, the princess and former General Huck were missing for ages, but lately they've been spotted again, and you'll never guess what else. They have 4 men with them who are being called the 4 legendary dragons. And Riri's like, already knows, and she's like, oh yeah? It's like, they keep turning up on battlefields and ending conflict like they're trying to make the world a better place. And do the dragon warriors even exist? It's like, hold on, I'm getting to the important bit. Second, come on, pages. So now there's a rumor that it wasn't General Huck who killed King Il at all. It may have been King Suwon who did it. Some people think Yona is the Crimson Dragon King reborn, and that she's rising up against King Suwon with the 4 dragon warriors to deliver divine retribution for murdering King Il. It's like, well, I heard that the dragon warriors are... And Riri's like, I know that Suwon's faction of the Sky Tribe was responsible for King Il's death. One way or another, it looks like the news has gotten out into the wider population. So King Suwon is an intelligent man, but he shouldn't keep people like that advisor around. It's like, you said it. It's like, I'd love it if Yona and Huck's honor were restored, but I doubt you like the idea of that, Advisor Keishuk. And you see a murmur. He's like, things are noisy in town today. The princess and the 4 dragon warriors are in the Fire Tribe, evidently. We finally made it this far. Don't get in our way, Princess Yona. And you see later, is that Taejun just like deeply bowing down to her. It's like, I'm so terribly sorry, Princess Yona. Not only did drunken citizens force their way into my mansion, but they laid hands on your person. Still worse, my guards shamed me by getting drunk and joining in on the buffoonery. I can never apologize enough. But I must ask, why are you all just munching away on those? You see them just with like a bunch of fruits and vegetables in their arm, just happily grazing. Excuse me. So you have chapter 159, Taejun's carelessness. Excuse me. And Huck's like, your subordinates gave us these vegetables and said they're fresh from your fields. It's like, my subordinates have become farmers? It's like, what's wrong with that? These taste so good because of all the work you put into them. And he's like, how dare you make me feel sentimental? And Yona's like, thank you for your concern, Taejun. It's like, I'm fine. It's like, we ended up at Saika Palace after all. And Ogi wandered off to gather information. It's like, right now, being here is safer than sleeping outdoors. I doubt anyone will venture all this way. And Jaeha's like, shouldn't we greet your brother? Excuse me. He's like, certainly not. I still haven't told him about this. I'll put you up in some servant quarters. Do your best to not stand out. Nock's like, sure, we're good with that. It's like, liar. It's like, I have a bath and fresh clothes for you. And they're all just like, yay! And Hookchee's like, Lord Taejun, Lady Igni is approaching. And he's like, what? He's like, mother! Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, my throat is really not happy with me trying to scream. And Yona and Huck are like, mother? And it's like, it's been some time. I've returned safely from the battle against North Kai, or that's Taejun. And you see King Sujin's wife, Igni. You have Taejun going, these people are my friends. And they all just bow, saying, pardon the intrusion. And you see her just like this calculating look staring at Yona going, red, white, blue, green, yellow. And it's like, but mother? It's like, I'm pleased to see you have returned safely. And she just walks off with her attendants as Taejun's heart's just beating loudly. And Jaeha's like, your mother's quite beautiful, isn't she? Do you think she recognized us? It's like, my mother doesn't meddle in our affairs, but please try to be unobtrusive anyway. You see later that day, it's like, where's Taejun? As Lord Kyoga having dinner after a bath. It's like, Lord Taejun is dining in another room. And you see the dragon just chomping away. It's like, you ate a ton of vegetables earlier. How much are you going to eat? And Hook-Chi's like, this soup's flavor is a bit strong. It's like, why are you joining them, Hook-Chi? And Kyoga's like, honestly, I've told him to eat with me when he's in the palace. And he slams his fist down and drops some soup on himself. And he's taking a second bath. And he's like, we fought off Ying Kolbo's army, but we don't know when they'll attack again. The Fire Tribe loses many soldiers with every battle. Now is the time for our tribe to come together and strengthen our nation's defenses. Unfortunately, the presence of Princess Yona and her friends brings only chaos. The 4 dragon warriors' powers are nothing but an illusion. And you see, wow, rich people sure have amazing baths! As the 4 dragons interrupt Kyoga's bath. And they're like, sorry, won't do that again, as they shut the door on him. It's like, we've got a problem. General Kyoga's in there taking a bath. It's like, wasn't he supposed to have bathed earlier today? And you see that they're at the men's bath of the general's family. And they're just trying to keep the door closed. Like, what the hell is going on? It's like, it's all good, sir. We're not suspicious at all. It's like, nope, nothing suspicious here. It's like, why are you all here? Taejun, is Taejun there? It's like, open this door. And they're like, keep it shut, no matter what. It's like, hey, Zeno, this is no time to go to Nirvana. You see Zeno just lounging nearby. And Gija's like, everyone step aside. I'll handle this. And Jaeha's like, you're so cool, Gija. It's like, oh, I can't open it. What strength? I was called the Fire Tribe's greatest warrior. I can't yield now. He's like, huh? Not bad, Fire Tribe General Kang Kyoga. Not bad at all. Even through this door, I can sense the fire in your soul. I shall take you on fair and square. He's like, don't overdo it, Gija. It's like, yeah, Crimson Dragon King, lend me your strength. He's like, oh, I unthinkingly invoke the Crimson Dragon King. He's like, roar, my right arm, the White Dragon's greatest special attack, the White Beam Blade. And you see it, as Gija managed to slam through the door and knock out Kyoga. He's like, are you okay? And you see later that night, Yona going, Huck, I'm finished changing. You can go take a bath with the others, you know. He's like, no, I got a bucket of hot water too, so I'm fine. He's like, besides, I can't leave you by yourself. And you hear, excuse me, I bought some fruit as a late night snack. It's like, oh my, how adorable, that looks good on you. I heard you were Lord Taejun's very important guest, so I prepared the finest perfume and silk clothes for you. It's like, there's no need for extravagance. It's only the best for guests such as yourselves. For some reason, this gentleman was given dirty rags to wear, but I'm sure that was a terrible mistake, so I swapped them out. Huck's like, wow, the attendants in the Fire Tribe are excellent. It's like, I've laid out the finest bedding in the back. I do hope you'll enjoy yourselves. And then she kind of just sneakily winks at Yona. It's like, this perfume is for tonight. Wink, wink. And Yona's like, tonight? It's like, wow, what a big room. It's so different from the Wind Tribe. And Yona's like opening the curtains like, I wonder if the bedding is nice and soft. You see just one bed laid out with 2 pillows on it. And they're both freaking out. It's like, Huck's like, I guess it's okay. It's like, no, it's not. It's like, is it a problem? And she's like, there's, not really. He's like, it's not a big deal by now. We've slept beside each other in tents. She's like, uh-huh. It's like, this has way more space than a tent. And she's like, uh-huh. It's like, that's true. Taejun did prepare this for us after all. It's like, if I just think of it as a big tent. And he's like, I don't think any of this was Lord Taejun's idea. Oh, God. Yona's like, since I was given this perfume, I should use it. She said it was for tonight. She starts like rubbing it on her arm. And Huck's like, Princess, do you understand what she meant by that? It's like, huh? Isn't it to help me rest well? And he's like, it's a fragrance for seducing men. I'd say it's for the opposite of sleeping. And Yona just freezes as Huck just grabs a bottle from her and smells it. Like, well, I'm sure some people like this. And he sees that Yona just like completely frozen still. He starts like balancing fruit on top of her head. And she's like, Taejun, you idiot! And she just runs out. He's like I said, I really don't think he had anything to do with this. And you see Thunder Beast as Yona and the dragons come rushing in. He's like, oh, sorry, Yona. It's like, it's okay. Welcome back. It's like, what's the matter? Didn't you all go to the bath? It's like, we did, but we ran into a huge problem. Look! And you see that they bought Taejun wrapped up with him. He's got like this big bruise on his forehead. It's like, right, where should we bury him? It's like, he's not dead. It's like, is this who I think it is? It's like, he's Taejun's brother, right? It's like, that's right. He's only the most important person in the Fire Tribe. And Yona's like, why is he naked? It's like, we unexpectedly ran into him at the bath and had a small alteration. It's like, what kind of alteration leaves a large lump like that on someone's forehead? It's like, Taejun wasn't around, so we couldn't just leave him in the bath. We had no choice but to bundle him up and bring him with us. It's like, why are you causing such mayhem in Psycho Palace, White Snake? It's like, what should we do, Thunder Beast? It's like, there's nothing we can do. There's no way this won't be a huge cat scandal. If we wake him up, he'll kill us. And you hear a creak as Igni walks in going, Kyoga? It's like, Taejun's mom! And you see back at Rihazara's palace now in Sento, Sen Province, North Kai. You're a, hey, how's that eyes of yours, Rihazara? And you see Kulbo, and you see Ying Kulbo, North Kai Tuli tribe king. So what's with that look? We're allies, brother. Let's try to get along. And you see that this looks like Ogi's brother. And Hazara's like, allies? Don't make me laugh. You subjugated my people and my city in a surprise attack. The Tuli tribe are former nomads from the north. Their king, Ying Kulbo, has the most powerful cavalry squad. He's been defeating northern warlords one after another and expanding his domain. Rihazara, Sen Province, once colluded with Kang Sujin to seize control of Koka. Now he's subordinate to Ying Kulbo. And as he's biting into this haunch of meat, he goes, I plan to eventually take control of the imperial capital, but first I want Koka with its fertile land. And Hazara goes, you shouldn't underestimate Suwon of Koka. I don't know how he'll retaliate against our aggression. He goes, oh? Was it one of his soldiers who destroyed your eye? He's like, no. This was done to me by Koka's white monster. And Kulbo's like, Koka's monsters? The group that appear on the battlefield? It's like, they defeated most of our forces. It's like, are they even human? And he goes, lend me your troops, Hazara. I'm going to take another stab at Koka. I can't wait to meet the monsters there. You see Taejun just like wandering off happily going, now that I've finally finished my work, I'm going to check on Princess Yona. She's all by herself, so she must be nervous. And as he actually does his job as assistant general, it's like, I'm only going to bid her good night. I don't expect anything more. You just imagine, like, wait, Taejun, could you stay with me? Like, in my dreams, I'm allowed to fantasize. He knocks on her door, like, Princess Yona? It's like, huh? The door's open. He sees everyone inside. And he sees mother, brother, naked with massive lump, Princess Yona and a bunch of men. A salacious bedroom scene as you have chapter 160, K shook from above. It's like Lord Taejun, unable to process what he sees before him. The happy, hungry bunch, unsure of what to say. Taejun's like, is he dead? It's like, no, he's still alive. And Yun's like, Yun's highly edited account is, when we went to the bath, General Kyogo was there. He tripped and hit his head, and we couldn't just leave him there, so we brought him with us. He's like, oh, I see. He's like, sorry about that. He's like, and, mother, what brings you here? And she's just silent as Sinha's like, she saw us running down the hallway. He's like, huh? Does that mean she followed us? Like, I'm sorry. Huck's like, of course she did. They were carrying her unconscious son. And she's all just staring at all of them. And Taejun's like, setting all that aside, this guest room is only for Princess Yona. I gave the rest of you servant quarters. Care to explain this bedroom? And Huck's like, did you forget about that whole commotion she was caught up in? We can't leave her by herself. The bedroom wasn't my idea. He's like, I thought I put Hook Chi in charge of guarding her. I was like, Hook Chi, where are you? And he's like, right here. I was gambling 2 rooms away. It's like, are you kidding me right now? It's like, I thought I told you to guard Princess Yona. It's like, Lord Taejun, pardon me for speaking out of turn, but I'm already here, and Huck says, I'm already here protecting her. She's fine. It's like the two of them went in together as if we're perfectly natural. If I'd followed them, they might have taken me for some peeping Tom. What choice did I have? He's like, don't try to make dereliction of duty sound so honorable. And you're, excuse me, Lord Taejun. I figured you'd be here. Oh, Lady Igni's here too. It's like, what is it, Killson? It's like, I'm here to report that Advisor Keishuk has just arrived at Saika Palace with Sky Tribe troops. It's like, what was that? It's like, we think they've come to help guard the border, but the palace is in an uproar. They're wondering where General Kyoga is. Do you know where he might be? And they're like, no, I have no idea. It's like, Advisor Keishuk is in the audience chamber. Please hurry, Lord Taejun. It's like, what's that? I have to deal with them? It's like, that's true. It's like, in General Kyoga's absence, who else can? It's like, that's true. And his mother just stares at them again before leaving. It's like, huh? Oh, mother! It's like, anyway, please stay here, Your Highness. Come with me, Hookchi. Whatever you do, don't leave this room. And Yon's like, huh? He's leaving his brother here? And you see, thank you for your patience, Advisor Keishuk. And it's like, it's been some time, Lord Taejun. The Sky Tribe army has come to guard the northern border. So we're grateful. It's like, you must be weary from your long journey. I'll escort you to the barracks. It's like, I'd like an audience with General Kyoga first. It's like, my brother, the general is feeling unwell at the moment. I shall attend to you in his stead. It's like, unwell? Has he been injured in battle? And he's like, something like that. It's like, then I must check in on him. And Taejun's like, no, he's in no condition to see anyone yet. Please bear with me for the moment. He's like, it's that serious? Battle could break out at any time, so I must have a comprehensive grasp of the current situation. And Taejun's like, it's not that serious, but the doctor said he needs to rest. He's like, are you hiding something from me, Lord Taejun? And he's like, hiding? And K-Shuk's like, when we were on the verge of war with Shing and the Sky Tribe army was about to be deployed, a flare was sent up from Saika Palace, wasn't it? Having been told that the Kai Empire might invade, we had to hold our troops in place. I think that flare had something to do with Princess Yona. He's like, what leads you to think that? It's like, she and the 4 dragon warriors apparently took part in the battle against Kulbo. It's like, my brother already informed the king. He's like, I suspect someone in the fire tribe has ties to Princess Yona, but it's mere speculation at this time. Okay, Taejun's like, clearly not. It's like, you've seen them, haven't you, Lord Taejun? Princess Yona and former General Huck, who supposedly died in the northern mountains, and the 4 legendary dragons who are said to have strange powers. He's like, I'm not sure. I was so focused on defeating the enemy. It's like, regardless, I sent up the flare because I sensed that Ying Kulbo's army was about to invade. Princess Yona had nothing to do with it. It's like, you sensed it would happen? It's like, yes, and? It's like, I thought perhaps it was General Kyoga. But if you really have such foresight, you would have seen through your father's schemes. Or perhaps you did see and didn't bother to stop him, and you see that's making him mad as he's clenching his fist. As he goes, that's a harsh assessment. But no matter what you say, the fact is that I predicted the enemy would invade before anyone else realized. I can't change the truth about that. He said, come on, it's getting late. When it grows late, I forget everything that happened during the day. You should rest as well, Advisor K-Shuk. Now, if you'll excuse me. You see his mother, having watched this whole exchange, just smiling slightly. And you see, I'm amazed you didn't get angry. He was so rude to you. Taejun's like, huh? It's fine. He can say whatever he wants. It's like, Lord Taejun. And you see Hook-Chi just turning around, marching away. He's like, Hook-Chi? Says, you want something? It's like, well, I was just looking for the bathroom. It's like, there's one in the barracks. I'll guide you there personally. He's like, no need. So one of K-Shuk's men following him. He's like, what was it? It's like, it appears you were being followed. He's clearly suspicious of you. It's like, I'm being followed within Saika Palace? It's like, they'll stop at nothing to get what they want. It's like, I'd say we shouldn't head straight to Princess Yona. It's like, huh. And you see, so Advisor K-Shuk is here, huh? And Huck's like, seems that way. But I get the feeling things will get even worse if this one wakes up. Kito's like, I'm really sorry about this. Jaeha's like, quiet down. Things are getting noisy outside. And you see the attendant going, Lord Taejun's guest was so innocent and cute. Oh my. Like, someone's approaching the special guest suite. And you hear, I'm so sorry about what happened back there. Quartering you in the barracks was quite disrespectful. Come, right this way. And you see the attendant going, wait, please, other guests are already occupying these chambers. You go, what? I've heard nothing about that. These rooms are meant for our most honored guests. Is someone like that visiting? It's like, well, Lord Taejun said they were important. It's like, doesn't know about Yona and her friends because he's one of Kyoga's subordinates. And K-Shuk's like, who's in there? It's like, I don't know their names. It's like, describe them then. It's like, I'm very sorry, but I cannot do so. K-Shuk's like, search it. It's like, yes, sir. It's like, please, wait. So you open it up, you see that there's the quarters are completely empty. I was like, oh, that's as they go into the bedchamber and they see pure Koga just laid out with a giant bump on his head. And Keisha's just got like a look of like disdain, confusion on his face. Like, but that's General Kyoga, right? It's like, is he dead? The attendant's like, what, General? And one of the men checks him like, he's alive and naked. Oh, God. I have such a terrible idea for the title for this video. I was like, what's going on? Is this the General's way of welcoming us? And Keisha's like, how should I even begin to react to this? He's like, search the room. He's like, yes, sir. And you see a whiff as the little candles go out. It's like, the light. You're an and a gah and a thud. It's like, someone is definitely here. It's like, is that Princess Yona? And you see him coming face to face with Sinha, who's got his mask off. And Keisha's like, who? what's happening? It's like, there's a voice inside my head. It's like, who are you? It's like, it's as if a monstrous eye is peering into my mind. It's like, are you Yona's enemy? It's like, could it be that this is... It's your foom. Whoosh, as Jeha with Xeno on his back is escaping out the window. He's like, oh no, they're getting away. And he sees Jeha taking off in the air. He's like, he's flying. It's like, who else is there? And you see a rattle as the other dragon warriors make their escape out the front door. He's like, those are the dragon warriors. And you see, Advisor Kashyap, are you alright? A group of people just rushed out of this room. It's like, can you describe them? It's like, no, it was so dark. It's like, I was trembling all over. This whole time I've been focused on Princess Yona. I didn't take the powers of the dragon warrior seriously. What was that? A sense of menace that seemed as if it could swallow a person whole. Have there been individuals with such power in Koka all this time? Oh my god. Chapter 161, Lady Igni is not amused. They see, This Taejoon's like, hey, this isn't Hiryu Palace. Being part of the royal army doesn't give you leave to wander through Saika Palace as you please without authorization. And the soldier's like, we're following Advisor Kashyap's orders. The monsters called the Dragon Warriors have been spotted. He wants us to capture them. Taejoon's like, what? And Hokjae runs up like, Lord Taejoon, Princess Yona and her friends aren't in their chambers. It appears that they managed to escape when Advisor Kashyap barged in. It's like, is he still in the palace? It's like, I'm not sure. Advisor Kashyap has stationed Sky Tribe troops at all the palace exits. It's like, whose palace do they think this is? It's like, go get some sleep. You seem exhausted. So we don't have any choice. Advisor Kashyap is His Majesty's closest aide. His authority is immense. If General Kyoga were here, perhaps... It's like, no, my brother would be a pain to deal with in his own right. It's like, well, as long as the Thunder Beast is with Princess Yona, we probably have nothing to worry about. Where have they gotten to? You see as they're running through the grounds, it's like, I hope Jeha and Xeno are alright. It's like, I can sense their location. They'll meet up with us soon. Tuck's like, wait, that way's no good. Soldiers are blocking the exits. It's like, what? What do we do? If we go back, they'll have us surrounded. Your Huck, over there. So you see someone waving a fan at them. They're like, they went this way. It's like, are they here? It's like, huh? It's like, they're gone. And you see hiding behind the wall of the splendiferous garden. It's like, oh, sure they came this way. It's like, are they gone? And you see Lady Igni with her attendants. She holds out some little seeds for Ao, who just happily runs onto her hand with the PQ and starts munching on them. And Sinha's like, it's alright, Ao trusts her. Yona's like, yeah. It's like, I think she trusts anyone who feeds her. It's like, anyone who gives her food can't be a bad person. It's like, I had no idea such beautiful flowers flourished in Fire Tribe lands. And Lady Igni's like, I planted strong seeds in our soil and nourished them with care, Princess Yona. Oh, it's getting too hot for this. And she's like, yeah, you know who I am? So Lord Taejoon kept on saying your name. It's like, oh, you're right. It's like, thank you for saving us, but why? It's like, Taejoon suppressed his feelings to protect you. I thought it was rather endearing. And, more importantly, I don't want that advisor to get his way after laughing at my son. King Suwon may have won Kyoga over, but I don't care much for him either. And you see your attendants going, Lady Igni, you're unusually talkative tonight. You really must be annoyed. She goes, I rarely speak out. Please allow me to vent my anger behind these garden walls. And Huck goes, that advisor laughed at Lord Taejoon? Kind of pisses me off. Igni's a little bit taken aback by that. She goes, I feel somewhat better now. No one will search my garden. Make yourselves comfortable. Yona's like, thank you. It's like, your hair color's so different I didn't notice it once, but your eyes remind me of Lady Kashi. So as Igni talking to Yona, it's like, Kashi? It's like, you mean you knew my mother? And everyone's kind of stunned by this news. And Igni's like, in my younger days, I encountered her from time to time. But after we attained a certain status, we hardly ever saw one another. It's like, I see. However, I attended the celebration when you were born. It's like, you did? It's like, I don't know very much about things like that. It's nice to hear. It's like, did my mother say anything about me? Sinha's like, Gija. Yes, Jeha and Xeno are close. Yeah, what's the matter? It's like, well, what should we do, Xeno? It's like, I sends Gija and Sinha down in that garden. It's like, we should stay away for now. If we land there from the sky, we'll be too visible and betray their location. There are a lot of soldiers, too. It's like, in that case, let's go in the opposite direction. And you see Advisor Keishuk, look there! As they see J.L. just like launching off like E.T. It's like, he's flying? It's like, it's him. I didn't imagine it. It's like, shoot them down, but don't hit anything vital. It's like, that's a tall order. It's like, I want them alive. Ooh. And you see that they're launching off one of the arrows as Xeno's a green dragon! Excuse me. You see Xeno kind of putting out his arm to block, and the arrow pierces through it. It's like, Xeno! It's like they're falling, and you see J.L. trying to grab at him. And Gita's like, Sinha, do you see anything? It's like, Sinha! It's like, J.L. and Xeno are in danger, and he takes off running. It's like, Your Highness, I'm going too. Yuan's like, it's like, I'm here. And he hands Lady Igni some medicine. It's like, I think it'll help with a lump on the general's forehead. I'm really sorry about that. And he takes off running, and Yona's like, Yuan, wait, I'm coming too. And as she tries to take off, Lady Igni grabs her hand. It's like, it's too dangerous. Leave this to them. A woman's role is to see men off when they go into battle. And Yona's like, thank you, but I'm still going. Ever since they entered my life, I've been blessed with happiness beyond measure. And she thinks back to Yona's birth with her, was Kashi telling her, Igni, this child is under the protection of the white, blue, green, and yellow guardians. It's like, what do you mean, Queen Kashi? It's like, born to our nation, she is the red-haired child who possesses divine power. And she just watches Yona running off. You see the soldiers murmuring, they fell. It's like, are they dead? And J.L's like, Xeno, are you alive? It's like, you know the answer. It's like, blue dragon and white dragon are headed this way. It's like, no, stay away. And he sees Xeno just hoisting J.L. over his shoulder. And Keishuk's like, wait, I have no intention of killing you. If you stay put, I'll even treat your wounds. And he's like, a fine story after you fired arrows at us. Like, those arrows aren't terribly lethal. They're easily removed. He's like, patch him up. And she has one of the soldiers like grabs Xeno's arm and pulls the arrow out. He's like, stop! And he sees his arm just healing up and closing over. And Xeno's like, oh boy. It's like, the wound. It's gone? It's like, hey, did you see that? His wound. It's like, that's impossible. It's like a yellow golden dragon, an indestructible body. And you see Keisha grabbing the arms. Like, could it be the power of immortality? And you see a grab as Keisha just grabs Keisha by the back with his giant claw and just tosses him back. It's like, keep your hands off our brothers. So you have chapter 162, a bargain. You have, are those the white dragon's claws we've heard about? It's like, are you all right? Green dragon is like, so capture them! And you see Gita just lashing out with this claws. He's knocking the soldiers back. Like, monster! It's like, don't kill him. Take him alive. And Keisha's like, fire your arrows. And they're like, huh? At the golden-haired boy. It's fine if they have arrowheads. I want to see whether or not he'll die this time. The soldier's like gulping. And Gita's like, my brothers are not things for you to experiment on. If you dare injure them any further, my arm coming at you will be the last sight you ever see. And he goes, shoot him. And you hear, hold, please. What are you doing? As Fire Tribe soldiers are coming at them. He's like, stay out of this, Fire Tribe. He's like, why would you aim your weapons at people who just aided us in battle? And Keishuk's like, they're monsters who threaten to throw Koka into chaos. Step aside. He's like, you're the ones causing chaos. The legendary dragons are servants of heaven. This is an affront to the gods. Lay down your bows. These warriors saved the lives of countless Fire Tribe soldiers. It's like, that's right. It's like, stop. What are you doing? It's like, are you defying the royal army? It's like, where was the royal army when the Kai Empire attacked us? So that's right. Lord Taejun predicted the Kai Empire's assault and immediately reported it to Hiryu Palace. Our Lord Taejun is quite capable if he tries. It's like, the Dragon Warriors are the ones who saved us. They hadn't been here, who knows what would have happened. And Keisha goes, stand down, Fire Tribe. I love it. And you see Huck just putting the blade of his glaive to Keishuk's throat as he goes, well, aren't you all high and mighty, Advisor Keishuk? It's like, so you've come, Huck and Princess Yona. It's like, that's Princess Yona and General Huck. It's like, I didn't expect you to come of your own free will. It's like, I've been wanting to meet you. And Huck's like, could you stop following us around? It's creepy. And Yun's like, we need to hurry and find some place to treat him. And Gita's like, I'll carry him. Yeah, Princess Yona, I had no idea you were in Psycho Palace. Yun's here too. So we'll protect you. And they form like a human shield in front of them. It's like, get out of the way, Fire Tribe. So we won't let you pass, Sky Tribe. And Keishuk's like, this is just a glimpse of what will overtake the country. This is exactly why I said that we should kill Princess Yona. This threatens to undermine the king's authority. So then Keisha goes, there's something I want to ask. Where did you find those 4 dragons? And Yun goes, our genius pretty boy offered them food and they followed us ever since. Now I have a question. Why is Droopy Eyes lying there like a broken doll? I'm restraining the urge to kill you, but it's getting harder by the second. And one of the soldiers is like, Advisor Key shook! And Huck just goes, don't move. Do you all want to die? They just shudder at the murderous intent. It's like, I see. It's like, what? It's like, if my soldiers and I all die today, most people will see that as an evil thing, punishable by death. His Majesty would have the excuse he needs to execute Princess Yona and Huck. The thing I fear would not come to pass. Is that worth risking my life here? It's like, no, not here. Goes, Sky Tribe troops, stand down. Goes, Princess Yona, I apologize for churlishly injuring your friend. I was dismayed and alarmed by the inhuman power displayed by these dragon warriors. We know nothing about them after all. However, it is likely we'll have to defend the northern border once more. We've come to make ready for battle with the north. If we lose troops here, it will be a great blow to the Fire Tribe and all of Koka. If you will forgive us, we shall return to the barracks and prepare for tomorrow. If not, I will make my peace with my end along with the destruction of this nation. What a manipulative asshole. Huck's like, you sure talk a lot. It's like, if Huck doesn't lower his blade, he'll look like the bad guy. She's like, Huck. He lowers the blade as the troops walk away. It's like, do you think he'll leave us alone now? It's like, not a chance. The next day, Kyoga groggily waking up, being like, what the? Where am I? It's like, I'm naked. Huh? And he looks down and is like, thank goodness. I don't know what I would have done if someone was under there. It's like, is this a good thing? And you see his stairs, he sees his mother peeking in on him. He's like, oh, mother, what happened to me? He's like, at 29, my son is like a young girl. She goes, this is the finest guest suite. You slept right through the night. He's like, that's right, I was in the bath and, mother, there are intruders in the palace. We must... And she just starts rubbing some ointment on his forehead. He's like, mother, the little doctor's medicine was quite effective. He's like, huh? He's like, Kyoga, if you spurn those who help you, no one will bother to offer aid in the future. You're a brother. It's like, you're finally awake. Oh, the swelling on your forehead has gone down. It's like, actually, I have so much to report. And Kyoga's like, so I hear. He just grabs his head. He's like, Princess Yona and her friends are staying at Mother's mansion, evidently. You invited them, didn't you? Dude was like, he's gonna kill me. He's like, increased security there to keep the Sky Tribe troops away. He's like, huh? It's like, aren't you gonna hand the princess over to Advisor K. Shook? It's like, the Fire Tribe cannot afford to defy the Sky Tribe. It's like, then why? It's like, Mother said she didn't want me to become a general who failed to show gratitude to those who saved our people. And Tadrin's like, the last time Mother expressed such feelings, we were children, weren't we? He's like, yes. Mother is a demure paragon of womanhood. But she must have had to tolerate many things that were said behind Father's back. Far more pride than she lets on. He goes, my inexperience is unfortunate. And Tadrin's like, don't worry about it. I'm inexperienced too. Together, we're the inexperienced brothers. It's like, don't compare me to someone like you. And you see, I must meet with Advisor K. Shook to devise your battle strategy. And you see Jeha's resting up and is like, Jeha, you're awake now? It's like, where am I? It's like, Tadrin's mother's mansion. She's sheltering us. It's like, everyone else standing guard is an excuse to stroll around. It's like, how do you feel? It's like, I'm used to falling. I know how to fall safely. And Huck's like, that's nice. I have a message from Zeno. He knows by now that there's no need to protect Zeno. Smack him for Zeno, fellow. It's like, now what shall I do? So let's hold off on that for now. It's like, we came to Fire Tribe territory to help Taejun, but we're causing problems for him instead. We should probably leave as soon as we can. After your wounds heal, I mean. It's like, are you okay with that? There's still issues to resolve here, aren't there? And Yona's like, I'm a little scared of the Sky Tribe's aggression and the Fire Tribe's fervor. I'm afraid to get the 4 of you involved again. And Jeha's like, I'm with all of you because I want to be. Don't worry so much about us. As he just kind of like cups Yona's cheek, he just kind of like swiftly pulls his hand back with a whip as he saw Huck staring at him. Excuse me. He's like, what's the problem? He's like, come on, it's fine. He's like, I have no right to stop you. He's like, yeah, well, when you answer seriously like that, it's a little... Huck's like, anyway, look, even if we do leave, there's no guarantee that we'll be safe. Droopy Eyes, get some rest for now. I'm going to look around outside. And you see Rihazara Palace in Sento Sen Province, North Kai. You have, quite the army you've got, Hazara, as you see Ying Kolbo. It's like, well, in mounted combat, my troops would be superior. And Harazar's like, hey, do you mean to use this many of my subordinates? It's like, don't be stingy. I shouldn't underestimate Coca, right? It's like, also, who's that man you brought with you? He's just standing behind us with that creepy grin. Like, Gobi, that was his name. It's like, don't say that. He's an important priest from Xing. It's like, my name is Gobi. It's like, a priest? Does he plan to pray for absolute victory? It's like, you're a pretty funny guy, aren't you, Hazara? For some reason, he isn't able to return to Xing. I'm granting him asylum in exchange for some information. Priest Gobi captured the monsters of Coca once before. It's like, right? It's like, how did you do it? He goes, the secret is the girl. A red-haired girl can always be found accompanying the monsters known as the Dragon Warriors. They seem to be protecting her. And Kolbo's like, a girl, huh? It's like, if you capture her, you'll have control of the 4 legendary dragons. So yeah, chapter 163, Lend Me a Hand. And Kyogo's like, I'm very sorry I couldn't welcome you last night, Advisor K-Shook. I appreciate how quickly you brought Sky Tribe reinforcements. He goes, not to worry, I'm glad you've recovered. It's like, as for the princess, my people are indebted to her and her friends, so please. Because it doesn't matter anymore. It's like, huh? It's like, we won't interfere in the Fire Tribe's choice to harbor Princess Yona and her people. Of course, much depends on how they behave towards us. And he's like, this is unexpected. I'd heard Advisor K-Shook had some sort of altercation with them just last night. Can't believe he's standing down so easily. If so, that means there won't be conflict between him and my mother for protecting the princess. He goes, setting that aside, more Fire Tribe troops were injured in the battle the other day than was reported to us. I would have expected you to hold out somewhat better. If they attack again, we must overcome our disadvantage. It was General Kyoga. It's like, yes, I have a suggestion. And you see Igni's personal residence. As Huck goes, so you're saying you want the Dragon Warriors and Huck to help you, General Kyoga? Oh, that's Yona talking. So many Fire Tribe troops were wounded in battle the other day. We will be requesting more Sky Tribe reinforcements, but if Sen Province were to send a large invading force, we would be outnumbered. The Dragon Warriors and the Thunder Beast have the strength of 1,000 men. Please lend that strength to the Fire Tribe. Yeah, let me guess. This was Advisor K-Shook's idea, right? Planning to take us down in the chaos of battle. He was like, no! Sakoka truly is at a disadvantage. The advisor also needs assets in battle. Huck's like, first he conspires in King Gale's murder and takes everything from Her Highness, and now he wants us to help him? He really expects things to just fall into place for him, And Kyogo's like, Princess Yona, I'd like to ask you about your objectives. After leaving the palace, you allied yourself with the legendary dragons who are powerful warriors. Was that because you're seeking revenge against King Suan? My position demands my loyalty to him. If you're thinking about vengeance, I can't overlook that, no matter how much you've helped the Fire Tribe. And Yona's like, people are constantly asking me whether I want vengeance. Is it really that strange to not seek revenge? If I take Suan down, then what happens? Do I run away forever? Do I claim the throne? I couldn't do that. I've never forgotten the day I lost my father. I don't plan to forgive Suan. And yet, my father loved this nation, and I love it too. I just follow my heart. I want to help the people I meet. If I can help make them happy, that's what matters to me. So General Kyoga, it's like, yes, I've spent a lot of time in your territory. There's so many people here I care deeply about. I want to do whatever I can to help them. It's like, then, but Advisor K-Shook badly injured someone who's incredibly dear to me. As long as I can't trust Advisor K-Shook, I can't help you. And you see later with Gija going, Your Highness, if we join the battle, you don't need to worry about us. We'll annihilate that advisor's expectations and accomplish great things. It's like, Gija, so let's focus on Jeha getting better, not on battle. It's like, I understand. I'll go see how Jeha's doing. And Huck's like, Princess? And you have, Princess Yona, I bought you some refreshments. As Tajan's coming to interrupt. You see later at Saika Palace Town. You have Ogi, hey, over here. It's like, I have a letter from someone trying to reach you. It's like, huh? Who? It's like, oh, them. It's like, wait and I'll write a reply. It's like, you're in high demand as always. It's like, did you hear? The 4 dragon warriors have come to Saika. It's like, oh, from the stories? It's not stories or rumors. They're real. Word spread all across Koka. If you see them, tell me what they're like. Plenty of people want that info. It's like, fine, but it'll cost you. Like, here's my response. Thanks, hurry back to Kuto, okay? You see some shady-looking characters murmuring nearby. And Ogi goes, there they are again. Ever since I parted ways with Princess Yona and her friends, someone's been following me. It's like I've never done anything to offend anyone in the Fire Tribe territories, and he seemed like dashing through the alleys trying to shake him off. And they're like, who are you guys? You're an informant. And they go, you're an informant, right? Well, we want information. Where are the red-haired girl and the dragon warriors right now? And he sees the shady mask guys from earlier. He's like, I don't just give information away. At least that's what I'd say if I had the info you want. Go ask someone else. Or then just boots him right in the middle. He's like, gah! He's like, we know you've been working with that girl. Lure them out. Do it or we'll kill you right now. Your choice. You have Igni's personal residence. As Yona's like, Huck, get some rest. It's been a while since you've slept, hasn't it? It's like, Huck? It's like, Princess, I'm thinking of giving General Kyoga a hand. It's like, Huck? It's like, it's true we don't know what Kashyyyk might try to pull in the thick of things, but our nation's full of things you want to protect, right? Yun, Whitesnake, the other dragons, and I all feel the same. And after everything, I don't despise the second son of the Kang family anymore. Ultimately, it'll be fine as long as that advisor needs our battle strength so badly they can't mess with us. So then I'm going too. It's like, you and Droopy Eyes need to stay someplace safe. Somewhere Kashyyyk can't get at you. And she's like, I wish I had the strength of 1,000 men too. That I could fight even on my own. He goes, give me your hands. It's like, what? It's like, I'm drawing power from you right now. It's like, huh? It's like, with the power I take from you, I'll have the strength of 10,000 men. I'll do the work of 10,000 by myself. Excuse me. It's like, I'm that powerful, huh? It's like, it's most effective on me. It's like, it makes me want to come back here. And just like looks at what to cry. He's like, I get strength from your hands too, and I get you to push me forward. When I draw strength from you, I feel like I'm stronger than anyone. He just throws those handbags. Like, right, guess we should get back to our rooms. And she's like, oh, wait. And she goes and runs into him. He's like, you okay? He's like, oh, your back's so hard. He's like, did you want something? She's like, listen. It's like, Thunder Beast, Yona, time for dinner. I see the food looks great. Hurry up. And Huck's like, shall we go so we don't miss out? It's like, yeah, food is important after all. And Huck's like, that was close. If you're alone any longer, who knows what would have happened, what I would have done. Here, oh, Princess. After we eat, I'm going to go talk to General Kyoga about assisting them. You see later, J-Hawk going, Huck, Gija, and Sinha went to see General Kyoga? It's like, yeah, they're going to discuss their plan. It's like, I didn't expect Huck to agree to that advisor's suggestion. So that's why they're trying to get General Kyoga to ensure our safety. The general seems very principled. I think we can trust him to keep his promises. And you hear, excuse me, Princess Yona? It's like, yes? I've been told there's someone outside Saika Palace who wants to see you. I was like, who is it? He said his name was Ogi. Ogi? Huh, Ogi? It's like, so he's a friend of yours. Like, he's waiting outside the gates. It's like, I wonder if he's learned anything new. It's like, I'm going out to see him. And Jay was like, I'll come too. It's like, don't overdo it. It's like, it's fine. I've rested up. It's like, if Huck and the others get back before we do, tell them we've gone to the palace gates. It's like, you're coming too, Zeno? You heard Ogi? It's like, sorry for the wait. Do you need something? Like, yeah, something. It's like, where's everyone else? It's like, Huck and the others are doing something else. It's like, I see. So then come with me. There's something I want to show you. It's like, huh? Are we going somewhere? It's like, it's not far. It's like, okay. I was gonna sell him out. Alright, I guess some quick thoughts before we wrap this up. So not really a lot to say because it's kind of expounded on a lot of things I think I commented on in the review for the last chapter, which is that, you know, Yona's kind of finally coming to, I guess, understand or appreciate just how formidable her presence of her and the other four are becoming formidable and knowable. Knowable doesn't sound like the right word. How prominent they're becoming, you know, like the various conflicts and things as well. And I think again, like we're finally starting to see like a little bits of the pieces click where she's trying to understand or decide, like, you know, what she wants to do, blah, like, you know, where she wants her future to head and all that. And I think for right now, it makes sense that she's like, you know, right now I just want to focus on helping people I can, you know, by being surrounded by the people I care about, blah, blah, blah. And it makes sense that she hasn't really had like a moment to kind of like think more deeply about this, like more deeply about her future and like what she wants to do, given that so much of her focus up to this point has been kind of her feelings towards Suwon, kind of like trying to reconcile it with whether she has a desire for revenge or not, or to get retribution, all that kind of stuff. So I'm glad we're at least like we're seeing the exploration of that in this last volume. And while Keishuk is a slimy bastard, he does have a point in that, Koka's kind of slowly starting to inch towards civil war as, again, like I mentioned, as Yona's becoming more prominent of a figurehead. Things are starting to inch closer to civil war, especially with, the rumors about Keishuk's attitudes and like what really happened with King Gil and everything else. And with Suwon playing his cards too close to his chest, the rumors are starting to spread. And it feels like it is eventually going to start down the path to civil war. And something's going to have to give for that not to happen, whether it's Yona, completely renouncing her claim to the throne or something else. Like, something's going to have to break for, things not to get exacerbated or worse than they are. Especially if conflict starts to happen with the Fire Tribe, if soldiers start, if they start taking casualties and losses, depending on how long the battles go on for, that could also kind of hurt morale as well. So yeah, a lot of interesting setup in this volume for stuff that could potentially be explored in the future. So it'll be interesting to see how that happens. But yeah, sorry, excuse me, throat's running really dry after all this. But yeah, like I said, not much more. Like I said, expounding on a lot of stuff I said in the review for the last volume. I'm looking forward to where this conflict is going to go. I'm not super keen on the idea again of Gobi throwing out the fact that, Yona's basically the weak link or the weak point with the 4 Dragon Warriors, where, if someone kidnaps her, they'll be able to basically try to force the Dragon Warriors to do whatever they want. Like, again, we're seeing Yona kind of lament her inability to be able to take care of herself. And I don't think we need to be a case where she's like, I should be able to handle like everything by myself. Like, she should be able to delegate stuff to the others, to the Dragon Warriors and everyone else around. Like, it's good that she's being like, I should be able to rely on the others for stuff as well. But Yona kind of being like the insurance policy, so to speak, for a lot of the things, I feel like it gets tiring after a while. It's like it's always like, all the plots are going to be like, oh, Yona got kidnapped and it's put in danger and the Dragon Warriors have to go save her. Like, I hope we're not going to get another rehash of that again. I don't know. Like, it feels like with Ogi, it feels like the setup wants us to feel like he's going to sell them out. But I feel like either he's going to tip them off or do something else so they can take down whoever's been following them, which I assume are Gobi's goons. Like, it feels like they're the ones that have been tailing him because they want to, try to follow through on his plan. So I feel like he's probably going to redeem himself by tipping them off that that's what's happening so they can find out what's going on. But yeah, like I said, we'll see. I'll get to the other volumes next week. Now that the conflict with the Kai Empire is picking up a little bit of steam. But yeah. So like I mentioned, the Shonen Jump stuff should be out on the channel by now. Next week I'll be back to the regularly scheduled programming, so expect Akane Banashi reaction videos as well as a couple of Yona Of The Dawn videos. Hopefully by then my throat will be fully recovered so we won't have any issues with streaming or stuff like that. So look forward to that. As I mentioned at the beginning, as always, if you like my content, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I mentioned, pushing the buttons really helps promote my videos with YouTube's algorithm. That'd be greatly appreciated. Till next time, this is Ash. Talk to you all later.